Grounded to me was one of the best games I have ever played up until this point in time. To the point where I found out that there's a second game coming out, and I thought, I wish I could make a whole thing about Grounded, a whole video, so this is the best way I can do it. And honestly, I just want to make a tier list video, and also I just love Grounded, so why not do about the same time? Because I want to get this video, and 100% Grounded, which did not go well, to, before the game comes out. So, enjoy this, and subscribe, I guess, it'd be cool. And also, here's the tier list I'm going to be using. Basically, it's S, all that, and you're just going to have to deal with it, monkey. Okay, this guy. He is Mr. Carry the whole game on his back. He may be small, but he's probably the best guy in this entire game. He's not my favorite to say, but he is literally the strongest for anything. When I say that, I don't mean like, oh yeah, he's like the strongest guy, he can take down all this stuff, like a wolf spider. I'm just saying, his boots is the only good armor. Effect-wise. Yeah, it's not gonna save you from, let's say, a infected broodmother barrage, but you got speed for everything else in the game. Like, you can't do anything without these boots. Yeah, it would be hard to do a little bit of those parkour stairs that some people do, especially me. Like, you just go up the little staircase that's like a little grass, but who cares? This guy is the speed. He's adorable. He goes up grass when he's scared. He gives you food, water, and heals you from crapping. He craps gold. Like, you can't beat this guy. He is Whooper of Aphid. Well, Aphid? Grounded. There we go. So, believe it or not, this little green guy is gonna go in S tier, carries the whole game. I don't want to hear anything about it, and you're gonna have to agree with me. It's my video. You agree with me. And that's not to mention how the game even calls him sausage-shaped, which is funny. And if you do not say that he's top, then like you're wrong, and I don't want to hear from you because you know you're wrong. You're just being wrong to be wrong. You're rage baiting. You're one of those losers who sit in a corner and rage bait their friends because they have no other friends. Idiot. Anyways, yeah, he's carrying the game S tier. All right, let's talk the weevils. The weevil, the normal one, he is chill. Like, you will go out to a bar with this guy because he is literally your drinking bud. If you were to get a pet in the game, you're getting him, and you need his mask to basically beat the game. And literally, the game would probably not be as good without seeing this guy run around. He's just cool. And the infected weevil, well, to me, he really doesn't do anything besides just a kamikaze joke. Just imagine, like, seeing him in a field and all you hear is just... So to me, A and B respectfully. Alright, time for the worker ants. You see the baby ones on screen, that's because I forgot to get the footage for the whatchamallits, for the normal ones. So, you're gonna get to see the baby ones for a bit. So, to me, the ants, the normal ones, the workers, they're not really much. To me, they're just little food banks, and also, well, the black ant, he's getting the worst out of all these, I'm not gonna lie with you. So, basically, the red ant, he is just a food bank and a mace to me, because you just go on his base, steals food, and they all collect food, which is actually really cool. But, the black ant, the best thing he gets is a shovel, and it's like, I don't even know. I mean, like, it's the shovel you're going to be carrying around the whole game, but still, it's a shovel. What are you supposed to do with that, besides dig? I mean, the red one's cool. He just projectile vomits. Than the other two. Yeah, they do way too much. I can't say, because they literally, they don't do anything. Alright, the red worker ant gets C, and the other two get D. Alright, the baby ants? They're easy S tiers. They're invincible, free inventory space, and they're, look at them, they're cute. So, they're getting S tier. I don't care what you say. There's literally nothing you can say about the soldier ant that can save it. To me, it's just the worker ant, but instead of food, it does fighting. So, it's gonna get the same as the other ones. Time for the mites. The normal one, the lawn mite, he's just, he's probably the best one there, because what happens is, he's the early one, so he's going to be there for good early items, like arrows, which can go into, like, till the sandhill. And plus, that's probably where it peaks, besides just being everywhere and making fuzz on the rocks. And the infected one, he's only there on one part of the map, which gets done very easily, and you can beat the area without seeing one. So that guy is really not really doing anything. To be honest, all he does is throw stuff, which is the unique thing. Well, the dust one does that, which does throwing the thing better, so the dust one's really just D instantly. And the dust one, he's just there to be the upgraded might. So, like, he's yard 2 might. He's there to be upgraded might. Which is why he can throw stuff and why all this other stuff happens. But he's just there to be the upgraded might. In the tick. Who's gonna wake up in the morning and be like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see my favorite bug in the game, the tick, I love me, tick. No one likes the tick. It literally, you can just get rid of it. You'd probably make the game even better. D. The gnat to me is kind of like, you know, it's like the first flying guy. He's cool. You see him by the water, and you think he's pretty neat. But then there's the other two. Now I might have sounded like I would be pissed at both of them for being mid, but not really. I do like the infected one the most out of these three. Why? It literally, like, it has the ability to take a weapon from your inventory that you're holding, and every time it's just funny. Like, how can you be pissed at something that boops into you, takes your weapon, and then just scurries off? That's just funny. Then there's the meaty gnat, which, if it's hanging out by the trash and it's the only place where you can find it, it pretty much is self-explanatory. It only drops 3 meat and more fuzz, but then again, if you go over to the frog guy, you can just get a bunch of that because they're just flying there. And they damage you, but by a gas. So they're like a stink bug, but worse. Yeah. This is gonna sound stupid, but this guy's A tier. Why? Well, whenever I have a base, it's always that pond thing. I don't really know what it's called, but it's like the little castle in the pond. And I always have that as my base, and these guys are easy just to get around the thing. So like jerky, just cooked food in general, recipes. This guy is there always, and if he eats algae, you can get it from him. So, the boatman, aka a boatload of nothing, all he does is just give you oxygen after killing, and then gives you boatman pieces to build some flippers. So, easy C, I guess, I don't know. All 3 of these larvae on screen, they are so cool, and they get their own little column on the tier list. It's called the Go Fuck Yourself. Whenever you see one, you're just gonna be saying that to them, so it's kind of their own little thing, you know? Okay, all the robots are going in B. Why? Because they're all kind of just there, and they don't do much. As soon as you, like, they're only in one spot, they don't respawn, and the only cool one is the giant one in the box. Early game water enemy that is only in one area. You know where this is going. There's nothing to do with it, and it only makes like a few things that are not that good, so D. Alright, hear me out. Nobody likes mosquitoes because they're annoying. So they're annoying in game. So you can't be mad at them for being annoying if they're in the game to be annoying. So they both make heals. They both make weapons that heal, I think. The one does. And the tiger mosquitoes are like only in like 2 areas comparing to the guy who, I mean, they're basically the same, but one is just, you know, the tier 2 version of it. So really, who really cares for it? Mosquito normal B, tiger mosquito C. Alright, the ladybug for me, they're really a really cool idea for this game. They're just like the turtle in Ark, if per se. Like, passively, you can just ride them. Not like drive them, but like you just stand on them and they just walk around as they usually would. And like, they're fun to see. And also have really good armor. And the infected one, well, I feel like it's like supposed to be the boss of all of them. But to me, it feels like just a reason to have an area to begin with. Like, there's only a few creatures that get infected. One isn't really there until you like seal up the gas. But the infected ladybug, it's a cool idea, cool looking design, but then forgettable at most. Past like if you get past the sandbox. So yeah. Then we have the ladybird, which runs under the syndrome of being the upgraded version for upper yard of a creature from the lower yard. Which is kind of just there. Has cool moves at least, but otherwise it's just the ladybug trying to go emo, so. The bombardier beetle is a cool bug, and we'll stick with that, because all he does is just shoot liquid, and he has a bite move, which is like ignorable, but he's just a really cool guy. He gets A tier. Kinda iffy on how I feel about this guy. 1 second he's the most hardest thing to find, and the other second you can just one-shot him, and then you like can rather make a plushie or upgrade your stuff. Which, making him the rarest so you can upgrade your weapon is kind of dog to me, but it's kinda he's kinda cool looking, at least. He's shiny, gets all this. He gets a solid B tier. The bee is like the first flying enemy you can see inside your playthrough of the game. And he makes mid armor and mid tools, and there's not really much good for him except his plushie, which is, I mean, well, just look at it. I don't know why they gave it a custom plushie, but it's nice looking. So because of it being good, A tier. There's nothing really to this guy. All he does is fly around and he's just there. He makes a helmet that's just a mining helmet, and his attack is splooging all over you. Just splooge, splooge, splooge. He's just getting a C tier. There's nothing much to him. He's just stupid looking. The grub to me would have been D tier if it wasn't for everything it can do. So you can find it around the tree, and that's mainly where you would go and get grubs around the map, because why would you other care if you can get 100% grub grabs? So yeah. But because it doesn't just do that, it also can make slurries, the weakest kind, because they're an easy to find enemy. And 2, it makes the brittle plating, which if you could not find brittle for some reason, you could get it off him and make it with sets. So for that, he gets C tier at least. Alright, so the orb weaver is like the second most common spider in the game to me, and it's also like the first spider you see besides the orb weaver junior, which I'll get to in a second. And there's not much to him. They gave him an attack that like spreads the web around you from shooting it, and that's all it got, but it's still gonna get like a B tier. The orb weaver junior, on the other hand, is the most common spider. Why do I say that? 1, it's going to be the main spider that you're going to get mad at because it exists. 2, it becomes an orc, the only spider orc. And 3, it's just there to be a spot filler, so like it's going to get like D tier. Wolf spider, what can I even say about you that has not been said? He is like the most iconic enemy in the game. There's a reason why he's the only spider with the infected version of him. He's literally the GOAT of spiders. He has a poison effect, and he has a rapid. He's like the main mascot of the game. Then we have the infected one, which fighting him is absolute hell. He has a range attack that literally for no reason just never despawns. He has a slam ability you cannot block without a shield. And, like, he has a rapid attack, which isn't so bad, but still. So you might be thinking, do I only have bad things to say about him? Yes. But I think he's one of my favorites. Why? Whenever I fight him, it just puts this primal monkey urge in my brain. And I just love fighting this guy for no apparent reason. He is literally the most fun to fight because it's bullshit. Both get S tier, hands down. Termites were just fire ants, but without the fire, so yeah. I mean, one of them has a special ability where it just throws up the dust, but they're just ants with nothing to them except the X, so just like C, I guess. I don't know, they're just kind of there. Alright, so the spiderling is a baller idea. So you basically can't have the spiders without the baby spiders. So They gotta have this guy. But the widow spiderling could have just gone and never existed. This thing is just worse and annoying and causes venom. It sucks. Alright, you need to hear me out. The Black Widow, cool design, cool idea, everything about it is cool. But fighting it without the Sour Axe is like eating fentanyl. Why would you eat fentanyl if you can just use it? Just fighting this guy is, there's no good reason for fighting him. The dagger sucks, he sucks, see. Do I really need to talk about these guys? Like, you ask someone who hasn't played the game in a little bit, like maybe 3 weeks, they're gonna forget about these guys entirely, especially the normal one. And yes, the other one is just to be the upgraded one. Both get D. These guys both have the stink effect because they're stink bugs, but because of that, you have to fight them with a gas mask, or just shoot them with a bow. Now, having to get their parts to make that gas mask is kind of bull, because imagine if you didn't know how to make a bow, or how to make arrows, or how to break a spider sack. But still, the stink bug he's a pretty cool idea. He's like a guy. He's unique in his own way, and he does his own stuff, and he's just unbothered until you're next to him. Then we have the green shell, which, for me, I couldn't care for him. I'm gonna be honest with you. He only spawns in 3 areas. He was literally just a hidden area boss, aka like the Termite King, where he just sat in one spot, and you can only kill him in one spot to get his thing. Even if his thing is useless, or it's just the stink stack that makes the smell, which is just horrible by weapon standards. But you can only find this guy in 3 areas. It's just like underneath the porch, wheelbarrow, and a mixer. So, BC. I feel like the Termite King was thought of too early in the game. Why do I say that? I feel like they wanted to make a ant boss, but didn't know where to go with it, so they said, hey, let's just give the termite a king, but not give him a spawn. So, really, he's just there to be there. He makes a bad armor, he doesn't even go for working in the axe. So, I don't really know what to say. Like, I feel like he was meant to, like, if he wasn't thought of a while ago, he would have been turned into a termite queen with a giant sack behind her, like a normal one, but otherwise, well, I like the guy, but, you know, he's just kind of there. It's another enemy who spawned in the bottom yard and got forgot about in one area. You guess what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say D, haha, you're wrong. You see, the antlion is unique to be only in the sandbox because it's an antlion. They only be in sand. 1, antlions have to build a cone for their trap, and 2, antlions are just fucking baller, bruh. Like, they're just cool. You can't say this guy isn't cool. He's going S tier, he's my favorite. I mean, like, they're wasps, what can you say? They're just supposed to be the upgraded bee, and just not much to them. They don't even make a weapon, they make armor, which is pretty mid. They're just wasps, I don't know what to say. They're just gonna go in D. There's not much to say. Like, they're just wasps. Now this is an enemy right here, boys. He is fun to fight against. Why? He's a cow. He's just a cow. And he's like a little kid when it comes to snowball fighting. He's the one who puts rocks in the snowballs. He just throws rocks. This guy's just funny, cool, and he's just there to be that guy who's in the second area. He's A tier. The Broodmother is the grounded boss. I don't care what anyone says. This is the best boss in the game. It's the first boss, which is basically when everything peaked. Then it's just like it's just cool. It's the first one, S tier. It does not need all that health for something that's mediocre. B tier. This is my favorite boss because it's just the mantis. And there's not much to say, because it's a mantis, and it's pink. I mean, his weapon's pretty cool. Anyways, S tier. She can go eat rocks or something, I don't care. Now, this is peak robot enemy right here. This guy, look at him. He's just nonchalant, just sitting there vibing. He's like, the moment you go in his room, he's already tired of you. He doesn't want to be there. He's a one-time enemy, but hey, he's cool. Alright, this guy is trying too hard to be the manager. Really trying too hard. It's like the devs saw the manager and was like, what can we make? Can we make a tier 2 enemy of him? Let's just make a boss. Like you made a boss into a bigger boss and failed because all it does is spiders. Termite King over there crying in the corner because this guy exists. I totally forgot to get footage for him, so here's an image I just got from Google. So, this guy, he's just a baller. You ain't ever gonna get a boss just like him. Nothing, no Ant Queen, no nothing. This is an S tier boy. Before the video ends, here's some stuff my friends wanted to say about their favorite enemy in the game, or whatever you want to call them, favorite bug in the game. So, here's what they are. Here's what they have to say.
The reason why I like ladybugs is cause like they're red, and like the red reminds me of like, you know, like red 40, you know, and everybody loves red 40, bro. It's in Cheetos, it's in M&Ms, Skittles. Who doesn't love M&Ms and Skittles, bro? Like seriously, like, you know, you get you a bag of them sour Skittles. Anyways, my bad, I got on a bit of a tangent there. And then those black spots on the back, bro. It reminds me of just black pepper. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like you just took red 40 and you put black pepper in it. You know what I'm saying? And who doesn't like red 40 and black pepper? Yeah, I think that's all. Yeah.
That's everything. Bye-bye.